Oh, well, hello there. Welcome to Don't Be a Heretic. This semester we're going to be looking at the Creed, the Apostles' Creed. And our hope for you is that you wouldn't be a heretic. And even further, that you wouldn't teach our children to be heretics. Back in the olden days, when people found a heretic, they would burn them at the stake. Looking back, that doesn't seem very Christian, does it? Well, today you probably won't get burned at the stake for being a heretic, but it's still bad, so don't be one. This semester, as we talk about the Apostles' Creed, it's important for our children to understand that just because you say the Apostles' Creed, that doesn't mean you're a Christian. Did you know that when the Apostles' Creed was originally used, it was oftentimes used as a profession of faith for those who are about to be baptized? They would say the creed, and then they would be baptized. But you know what? Being baptized doesn't make you a Christian either. It's possible to say the words of the creed and not believe them. So just because you say it doesn't mean that it's true. The Apostles' Creed was also used to help people who are believers know true doctrine from false doctrine. And so the language that it uses is pretty precise. There are some things that we're going to talk about this semester that can be pretty heavy. And when you give heavy things to kids, they drop them. So that's why, as we teach the Apostles' Creed this semester, I would encourage you to not hand your children something too heavy for them to lift. Like a bookshelf. Because they'll drop it. And they might get hurt. But not only can we give them things that are physically too heavy to carry, we could also give them things that are mentally too heavy to carry. And we don't want to do that either. So there may be some temptation to answer questions for your kids this semester that they're just not asking, and questions that they don't have the ability to understand the answers very well. Things like the dual nature of Christ. They're going to understand that Jesus is completely God and completely human. But if you dive into all the details of how his human emotions interacted with his God emotions, that could get confusing quickly, and they could drop it like a heavy bookshelf. And then someone might lose their toes. It's also worth noting that the Apostles' Creed is not the words of God. It's not Scripture. It's the words of man. That doesn't mean it's unhelpful, but it does mean that it's not inerrant. It does mean that it is not authoritative the way the Bible is. Lastly, there may be some questions that you get asked this semester that you don't know the answer to. If that happens, it's okay to tell your kids that I don't know, because you don't. Saying the truth about not knowing is much better than making up a lie on the spot, especially when it could make you a heretic. So until next week, don't be a heretic. Thank you for joining me. Fire.